Why I chose the CPC program, the Certified Professional Coach program, it got to a point where I felt I needed to start developing meaningful relationships. And when I did my research, I felt one of the things I needed to do is train as a coach. And CDI was the right place for me to go to. The impact the training has had on me at a personal level is appreciating the power of silence, the power of listening, and active listening for that matter. As a professional, I actually feel free. Freedom. And the reason I say the impact has given me freedom is, before I thought if anyone comes to me for any conversation, I must have an answer for them. And therefore I had a lot of pressure to give an answer, a solution. But with the training, one of the things I realized is that the answer is actually with the person. They understand the topic they want addressed. They understand what outcomes they are looking for. They know the motivation. And then we work towards that conversation and appreciate what the measures of success are. My work as a coach is really to just ask the questions, but ask the right questions, so that I can be able to support the coachee or the individual really come up with some good growth areas for themselves, for the topic or the discussion points that they had for me. So I feel free. I feel free. The skills, perspectives, and insights I gained from this leadership masterclass were just to be able to differentiate what coaching is from consultancy, from mentorship, from training, from counseling. Because before I'd probably use them interchangeably. But now with the understanding of what each one of them is and what each one of them requires, and at what point I need to make sure that I assess whether I'm getting into a mentorship session or a coaching session, and asking those questions from the onset from the coachee or the person I would be interacting with is important. And then again, for any relationship, it's important that there's trust. And with this training, one of the things that upholds a coach is the ICF Code of Ethics. And that's one of the things that you get to confirm to the coachee from the onset as you start the conversation, because then that lays the proper foundation of developing a trustworthy kind of conversation. Why coaching is important in this day and age. One of the things I'd say that was a big takeaway for me is how behavior, each person's behavior, is driven really by the experiences they've had in the past. And with coaching, then we had this model, the iceberg model, and this is the point where I appreciated it a lot, where what you see and what someone says is not exactly perhaps what they mean. And you need to dig deeper as much as possible so that you can understand the internal temperament of the individual and at least be able to appreciate where it is they're coming from, why they talk the way they talk, why they're thinking the way they think. And in the process of having that discussion and helping them evoke the awareness of probably how their past impacts their present and probably how it will impact their future. Just being able to ask them questions and help them to go deeper into where they came from so that they can see where they are going and probably even understand why they are the way they are was, for me, the biggest takeaway, because then it helps someone then solve the problems they may have for now, solve the vision hurdles they may have as they look forward to be better people in future. So it's an important area that we need to get into so that we can understand how we relate and really appreciate how we should judge or appreciate when people come to us with different problems. And even for the coach, I would say this is a big element for them to appreciate then what questions to ask so that that awareness is invoked with as many questions as possible, paraphrasing the question and making sure that the person they're interacting with has trust, because that's actually one of the virtues and values that has been scarce in the world of late. This program stood out for me in many ways, many ways. The way it has been structured is, one, of course you have materials to read, so there's materials for reference. And then there are so many practical sessions that we had to do with the people we were getting trained with. And then another powerful area that was brought in was the mentor coaching. And there are a lot of exercises and practical sessions that we ended up having. So coupling the theory learned to putting it into practice, to practicing with the trainees, with the mentor coach, and also getting corrected so that then you can be a better person and see how the various coaching competency models apply and how you can utilize them to be able to come up with a better outcome and an outcome that helps the coachee to grow. I think for me, that's what I would say makes this leadership masterclass very different from any other that I've attended in the past. What comes to mind when I hear about elevating human greatness? Everybody has something unique about themselves, and sometimes they may not know about it, be they the coachee, be they the coach. And through listening, through questioning, you're able to bring it out. Then and aim and endeavor to elevate that greatness that each and every human being may have. So it works both ways for the coach and the coachee. I'll describe CDI-Africa in 3 words. It's practical, pleasant, and transformational.